Hi, good evening. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started soon with the awards ceremony. Okay. We're not going to close the back doors because they lock, and we've been having a difficult time with that. So we're going to leave the back doors open for people to come and go. Did you guys have a good dinner? Great. Oh, yeah. Good. Okay. I liked it too. I had the mahi mahi. It was delicious, I think. Okay, well, thank you, you guys, for rejoining us. And this is actually such an exciting part of this first day. We always look forward to this. We always look forward to honoring volunteers who really stand out. An organization like MGFA really depends on the dedication and of the strong volunteers that we have. And volunteerism is such an important and such an integral part of a patient advocacy organization's bloodline, really. And tonight is really special because we're going to be giving 8 awards. And I'm really excited to share all of these accomplishments and the way that these volunteers engage with the organization over the years, and some are new friends of the organization. So I really appreciate you being here and celebrating them with us. That's a really important thing to do. So with that said, I'm actually going to ask our board vice chair, Robert Thomas, to join me. Robert is the vice chair of the MGFA board of directors. And some of you have certainly met our current chair, Brian Gladden, who's going to join us tomorrow. Robert is actually going to become the chair next year. So we're really excited about that. And I wanted to welcome him up so he could say a few words to everybody.
Yeah, and I promise there'll be a few words. I know it's been a long time traveling for some of us that had to travel from different states and get all settled and then the program earlier. And then, of course, now we've had dinner. So I stand between you and these special awards, but I just wanted to say on behalf of the board of directors, and especially on behalf of our chair, Brian Gladden, Sam and her team does a marvelous job to continue driving forward, getting closer and closer to a world without MG. And your presence here tonight is emblematic of that great work. And I would just say thank you guys for being here, and we look to continue to support you. So.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Okay, so I have to tell you that tonight, and I'm a little uncomfortable with this. So I have asked for so much feedback on each of the award recipients, and I have a lot of notes and a lot of wonderful things to share with you for each recipient. And so I'm going to look down sometimes, but I'm not totally comfortable with that. I really like speaking from the heart. I don't like looking at notes and being scripted, but I do want to share some really important things with you guys about each of the award recipients. So I will be looking down every now and again. So just wanted to give you that heads up. So the first award that we're going to give tonight is the Emerging Leader Award. And the Emerging Leader Award is given to a rising volunteer leader who inspires, energizes, and extends a strong commitment to support MG patients. The recipient of this award has demonstrated outstanding leadership and significant contributions to the MG community. The recipient of this award this year is Hannah Ensor. And let me tell you a little bit about Hannah. Come up and join me. So Hannah was diagnosed in 2022. So it wasn't that long ago. And she took about 9 months to get a formal diagnosis. She's been a volunteer for our Tampa Bay Community Health Fair since its inception in 2022, which tells you that she got involved right away. She stepped up as the chair for the first in-person walk last year when we started to test the waters we bring the walk back. It was a mini mile in Tampa Bay, and she chaired that. And she's been one of our top fundraising teams in the Tampa Bay area since COVID. She's the co-lead for our MGFA Young Adult Support Group, which is also known as MAYA. And she's also been a huge help working with our marketing team, with content for our website. So we have the patient's lens on it at all times. And she's been very active on social media for MGFA. So Hannah, congratulations. And we're so proud to give you this award.
Thank you. Okay. That's fine. So thank you very, very much to the MGFA. It's greatly appreciated. I don't like to be scripted either, but I had a couple things I did want to say. So there's quite literally been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into the last few years here, as I'm sure many of you can relate. And to explain just how much this moment even means to me, I'd like to share a little bit about my MG journey over the last few years. So back in, gosh, it started in 2021, but 2021/2022 was a really tough time. I was a new mother, working full time, and my body was falling apart. And I kept being told, oh, you're just stressed, you're a new mom, you're anxious. Here, have some anxiety medication, you'll be fine, right? Things got worse and worse, and it was just a really tough time. And the MGFA was there with resources. Within 3 days of my own diagnosis, I attended my first support group meeting, led by the lovely Jessica Milanes, who actually received the Volunteer of the Year award last year. And I met my good friends, Jessica and Priscilla, who are both seated over there, on that very day, 3 days after my diagnosis. So I want to thank them for their support over the years and just being there night or day for me. I also really wanted to thank my parents who live in Orlando as well and were able to make the drive down here tonight. My mom went to my first neurologist appointment with me and was there through all of those tears. She's driven across town numerous times to help give my daughter a bath when I was feeling weak or make dinner for me. And my dad taught me since I was about this tall that you never give up, even when it feels like everything's crashing down around you. And I don't think I'd be standing here today if he hadn't taught me that. And then lastly, I want to thank Grace Louise Enzer, my beautiful little girl, for kissing every boo-boo after every infusion and always being right next to me, very concerned about the nurse taking my blood pressure. And Jack Enzer, who signed up for life with me 11 years ago and never signed up for a chronic illness, but was there every step of the way, every doctor's appointment. He's taken the afternoon off and been there. He quite literally does the heavy lifting on a daily basis, even when I'm feeling okay. And he's just been a stand-up guy and stand-up dad to our beautiful daughter. So thank you all for your appreciation. And I would not go back and undo anything in the last 3 years. And I would not undo my MG, because my MG has given me the opportunity to make a difference in other people's lives and be there for others. And the MGFA has given me the platform to do that. So thank you very much.
That's Grace. Hi, Grace. Hi, sweetie. Hi, you want to come up on stage, baby doll? Woo! Great. Thanks, Dad. Wanna go back down? Yeah. No, we're not supposed to give it to you. Grace is our youngest attendee. And then we have some puppy dogs here too. So we have a little bit of everything this year. Okay. Our next award is the Ambassador of the Year Award. The Ambassador of the Year Award is given to a volunteer who provides their talents, energy, and dedicated services towards high-impact engagement to promote MG awareness. The recipient of this award has demonstrated active leadership to effect positive change and has gone above and beyond the call of duty to address challenges and find solutions for patients in the MG community. The recipient of the Ambassador of the Year Award is Drea Carboni. Hi. All right, I'm going to share a little bit about you. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since the celebration in Boston. That's the thing. We're so excited because, you know, sometimes we see some of you throughout the year, and then sometimes we don't see some of you for 1 year since the conference. So we got to see each other in Boston, which was nice. Okay, so let's share a little bit about you. Drea was diagnosed in 2017, and she immediately connected with the MGFA. Within 1 month, she was doing an MG walk. That tells you, that kind of sets the tone for the type of person that she is. She's been participating in fundraising events ever since, and she's actually known for her unique fundraising approach. She served as the East Coast chairperson for the 21 and 2022 Coast to Coast virtual walks. You will recall when we had to pivot to doing things virtually, we had our Coast to Coast events. She has hosted numerous creative local fund benefiting MGFA, including Dare to Care in 2023. And these events have consisted of online jewelry sales, and pub nights at her local watering hole. Yeah, I was given that detail. She's been a lead volunteer for the DMV Community Health Fair the past 2 years. And you will recall we rolled out that model just in the last few years. So when we introduce something new, you've been there to support us every step of the way. And even though she does not live in Boston, her parents do, she is stepping up to be the chair for the Boston MG Walk this year. And she's currently one of the top fundraisers for that event. Drea also does a lot of advocacy work, including participating in Rare Disease Week in DC, and she helps raise awareness for June Awareness Month. We are so proud to give you this award, and we thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank the Academy. Would like to thank all of you, and I would like to thank the MGFA for honoring me with this. It's really unexpected, and I'm just doing what I can and what I thought I needed to do. When I was diagnosed by accident, I had been having issues for over a decade without any answers. And the doctor that I saw who diagnosed me had no idea what he was talking about and gave me a lot of misinformation. And I immediately went online and found myasthenia.org the same day and found the walk the same day. And that was something that I could connect with and knew what it was and what to do. And they gave me so many resources. The fear really went away thanks to all of the resources and all of the great information that they have. And the only way I can give back is to help and do whatever I can. And if that makes me an ambassador, then I'll gladly take on the role. And you can, I know a lot of people don't know how to say my name. It's Drea Carboni or Madam Ambassador. Thank you very much.
I don't think everyone saw your first. Okay, award recipients, when you get your award, I'm being told I'm not doing my job. You exit the stage and then you get other professional photos over there. Okay. It's in front of the Alexion step and repeat. Okay, our next award is the Volunteer of the Year Award. The Volunteer of the Year Award recognizes an outstanding volunteer for dedicated service and significant contributions to the MG community by serving in multiple capacities. The recipient of this award has been a leader among the volunteer community and has upheld the MGFA's mission and values while representing high standards and collaboration. The recipient of the Volunteer of the Year Award is Priscilla Forrester. Hi, we're gonna start. Are you nervous? Yes. Don't be nervous. It's so good to be up here and tell people about yourself. I'll start, okay? I'll tell a little bit about you. Okay. Priscilla was diagnosed in 2020. Although you felt that you had many symptoms for years before that, before you were formally diagnosed. She's made it her mission to share her story, build community, engage her network with MG awareness. She was the East Coast lead for our Coast to Coast event and led a team for the 2021 and 2022 Coast to Coast MG walks, hosted an independent fundraiser in 2023, which means she does community events, which then benefit the organization. She organized many local walks with family and friends to help spread awareness. And over the past 3 years, she has been volunteering with the MGFA, serving as the volunteer lead organizer for MGFA community health fairs. She's done that in the New York, tri-state, and the Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia areas. It's a lot. And this year she applied and was selected to be a national ambassador for the MGFA's community health fairs. She also does advocacy work for the MGFA and in general, and participates in Rare Disease Week. And the thing I should have also said of you and Priscilla and Hannah and about these young women is that their energy is just contagious. And they're just absolutely outstanding ambassadors for the organization, but not just for MGFA. It's how they plug in across the space for the MG community as a whole. And like every time we see you, you have this giant smile on your face, and it's just such a pleasure to be around you. And so we appreciate you and we thank you, and we're proud to give you this award. Thank you. Okay. Your turn.
I not like this stage at all. So everything that Hannah and Drea said, I did. I'll second that. But I'm very honored. Thank you guys from the MGFA, all the staff, Sam, everyone for recognizing me for this. It caught me off guard. It wasn't something that I don't volunteer with the expectation of receiving something back, but it is nice to be recognized and noticed. Sam said, I was diagnosed 2020, the day before the pandemic kind of shut down the world. So it was this new disease, and then, oh, is the world ending? Like, what's happening outside? But prior to that, had symptoms for probably almost 5 years, undiagnosed, trying to figure out what was going on. So I like to say my story, I was suffering in silence. And so the reason why I got involved in advocacy is because, I hope that we can continue to spread awareness so that somebody else that might have MG doesn't have to go through that long period of time without being diagnosed. And I also treat this volunteer action as part of my therapy. So it helps me to help others with MG. That's the community health fair and other things like that. But again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to my Mesty besties for their support. And then Jess is here holding the phone. My family couldn't be here, but they're all on FaceTime right now. So thank you guys so much for all your support, coming to my walks, helping with my fundraisers, friends, family, everybody. I really thank you. And thank you all.
Oh, you have to give me the award back when you're done. I need that award. Michael doesn't really want to give it to me because I broke our dummy award last year. So all the recipients will receive their brand new awards in the mail. Okay. Our next award is our Strategic Partner of the Year Award. The Strategic Partner of the Year Award is given to a partner that leverages its resources and expertise to accelerate positive impact and improve the health and well-being of patients in the MG community. The recipient of this award has demonstrated strong collaboration and synergistic alignment to support MGFA's strategic goals. The recipient of the Strategic Partner of the Year Award is Alexion. Okay, I have my buddy Christine Rowe up here. This is Christine Rowe. She's head of advocacy at Alexion. We work together pretty much on a weekly basis. Yeah. So there's a lot of strategic work done, but we also have a lot of fun. And I was just rereading this and, you know, the leveraging resources and positive impact, and it's just strong collaboration and synergistic, merging synergies. Like, this is what Alexion is all about. Our partnership is just amazing, and it's trustful and dependable, and our team loves working with your team, and it's just been a very joyful experience. And what's really cool is every time that we have a meeting, they say, what do you need? How can we make things better? And you really want to be very innovative in the way that your team plugs in. And that just means, so it goes way beyond sponsorship of an event, of a walk or community health fair or an event or a conference like this. It goes way beyond that. And it's really nice to know that you have partners out there like that, because together we will expedite the impact that we're able to have for this collective community. So congratulations to the entire Alexion team. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you like to go here?
Sam did not tell me I had to say a few words, but I will. No, seriously, it has been an amazing partnership to work with the MGFA and Sam and her team, Mike, everyone else who is here. But I certainly can't accept this award on my behalf. I have to accept it on behalf of this entire team that's here today. So Alexion, stand up, get your recognition real quick. This is the cross-functional team that I work with every day that does ask those questions. What can I do? How can we help you? So thank you all so much for recognizing us.
Okay, our next award is the Medical Partner of the Year Award. The Medical Partner of the Year Award is given to a medical professional who has consistently achieved high standards in the practice of MG medicine and who is a leader and role model by their peers. The recipient of this award has exemplified excellence and dedication towards advancing the field while sharing expertise to educate the medical and patient community. The recipient of the Medical Partner of the Year Award is Dr. Ali Habib. Yeah, you'd like to accept the award for him? That would be hilarious. He's the type of guy who would totally appreciate that and love that, honestly. So Dr. Habib is not here? He's not here. Hi. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, well, I'm still going to very much share some very good things with you about Dr. Habib. So for those of you who don't know Dr. Habib, he is a board-certified University of California Irvine health neurologist who specializes in neuromuscular disorders, including myasthenia gravis. He serves on our Medical and Scientific Advisory Council and also serves within our Medical and Scientific Advisory Council. We have other councils that help support the needs of the business. And one of them is the Education Subcouncil, and he serves on that council as well. And he also serves on our MG Registry Advisory Council. He is very dedicated, and his patients often use words to describe him as compassionate and caring. What I can tell you on behalf of MGFA is that Dr. Abib is one of those medical professionals that if you need him, he's there. He can literally pick up the phone, send an email, text. He's just fantastic. He has a wicked sense of humor, very witty, very fast. He also has a nickname, which he would love that I'm actually sharing this with this full room. His nickname is the Instigator. He likes to challenge you. He likes healthy debate, and we appreciate that about him. You don't get that from everybody. But he's a straight shooter, and he's terribly supportive. So I'm sorry that he's not here to accept his award, but I did definitely still want to share some things with you about him. So, Dr. Habib. Okay, the next award is the Outstanding Service Award. The Outstanding Service Award is given to a committed board member whose service and contributions have been integral to the organization's growth and achievements. Recipients of this award have completed long-standing service on the MGFA Board of Directors and are recognized in their final year of service. Bill Sarwine is the recipient of this award. When we have a board member who terms off, they get this Outstanding Service Award. Bill is not able to be here with us this evening because he's with family in Pennsylvania, but I would like to say a few words because he did just term off, and he just means so much to the organization. And so I'd like to share a few things. So Bill actually has an interesting story. And for those of you who have been coming to our conferences, you would have seen him at the National Patient Conference. We were just back in person last year, so you would have seen him there last year. He's been supporting the organization for a very long time, but he's one of those people who actually didn't have any connection to the mission. He was recruited by a board member at the time. He had a financial background, and they asked him if he would be willing to support the organization and serve on the board of directors and bring his financial expertise and knowledge, and he was happy to do so. And he ended up supporting the organization for the better part of a couple decades. He served on our board of directors for 9 years. He just termed off. And he really continues to be a very dedicated volunteer and friend to the organization. Another person that you can just absolutely pick up the phone or send him a quick text, and he just is always there. He's terribly supportive. And he's a great person, one of those people you just pick up the phone and just talk through something with him, and he'll just give you a whole new point of view. So in Bill's time, he was a very strong board member, lending his financial expertise. He eventually did serve as the vice chair previous to Robert. And he also served as the chair of our Financial Investment Committee and served as a member of our Audit and Risk Management Committee. So he really, he wore several hats for the board of directors. And like I said, he continues to be a great friend to the organization. So thanks for letting me share a little bit about Bill. I'll make sure he gets this award. Our next award is the Impact Award. The Impact Award recognizes a volunteer who has changed the trajectory of the MGFA. The recipient of this award has made an extraordinary impact on the organization through exceptional leadership, collaboration, innovation, and dedication to the MGFA. The Impact Award this year is given posthumously to Thomas Larson. And Tom's wife, Frances, and his daughter, Kristen, are here to receive the award. And I'm not going to ask you to come up to the stage right now. I'll say a few words, and then you can join them. Okay. So several of you in the community sitting in this room definitely recognize Tom's name, right? See a lot of heads nodding. So Tom was a dedicated volunteer and champion advocate of patients and caregivers alike. Not only was he dedicated, but he was very enthusiastic. There are so many fantastic stories about Tom. Tom was actually a real life rocket scientist. For those of you who don't know, I'll share a little bit. Tom served 22 years in active duty as an Air Force officer, followed by 26 years as a defense consultant in Washington, D.C. He received his PhD in aerospace engineering from Purdue University. He consistently led the top fundraising team for the MG Walks when the MG Walk program existed for many, many years. His team was Tom's Rockets, Blast Off for a Cure. He raised over $120,000 for research. And for those of you who knew him, fellow community members will remember stories of the Rocket Man sitting outside of a grocery store, his local grocery store, with his card table and his chair. And he would collect donations, and he would be there while the grocery store was open until late at night. And Francis shared a story where a store manager came out one day and he was going to have to take off. And he just happened to share with Tom that he had some booklets he had to sell or something for the grocery store, but he wasn't having any luck. So he was going to leave. And Tom said, well, give me the booklets. And when Tom went in at 10 p.m. at night, he didn't have the 20 booklets. He had $200. So he had sold all the booklets for him just in conversation with patrons of the grocery store. So, but beyond being a top fundraiser and all of that, he was engaged with MGFA over such a span of years in so many ways. Even when we started up new events in recent years, like the community health fairs and our campaigns, our fundraising campaigns like Dare to Care, he participated and he was a top fundraiser. He's a top fundraiser for everything. He was exemplary in every way that he engaged and supported the organization. And even through COVID, he attended all of the MGFA events. So he also was a support group leader, and he also was an MG friend. So anytime anybody needed anything, all they had to do was pick up the phone, and we knew, as an organization, we knew that we could direct people to Tom as well. Just a very, very stand-up person. He passed away in February. He's missed. He's missed by the community, and certainly was loved. And we are honored to give him the Impact Award. It makes so much sense, and I'm so sorry that he's not here to receive it himself. But if you would like to come up and say a few words, we'd like to ask you to do that.
I wish this were Tom here. He would be so honored, so humble, and he would give Sam the biggest hug. And thank all of the MGFA board for this. He loved the MGFA community with his heart. He would have loved this conference. We attended 10 national conferences. This would have been our 11th, and he so looked forward to it. He died from a melanoma, and when he finished talking, he would say, "Wear the sunscreen." That's what took him, not the MG, but a melanoma. He would have loved this year's conference. The MG 101, he would have grinned a whole hour. With all the new medications, the ongoing trials, and the upcoming ones would have made him heart beat fast. He would have been so excited. He was a rocket scientist and his life changed when he got MG. He was very weak. He couldn't hold his head up. He couldn't dress him, had trouble dressing, shaving, you name it. But it never kept him down. He kept going. And when he thought his life was ending, it was just beginning, as Kristen will tell you, because the MGFA changed his life.
My dad was a true MG warrior, and he loved meeting fellow MG warriors and helping in absolutely any way that he could. He loved being an assistant support group leader and growing the group, being an MG friend and calling people, the MG walks with his team, Tom's Rockets, Blast Off with Cure, and most of all, raising awareness and money, over $120,000 for research for a cure for MG. My daddy would be so very honored to receive this award. Thank you, Sam, and all at MGFA.
We have one award left, but I'm just gonna let them get back to their seats. So I'm just gonna pause, just say something from the heart. So we have one award left and it's our Founders Award. So in this line of work, when you work for a patient advocacy organization, you'll often hear us talk about the people that we get to work with. And I get questions a lot about my line of work and the type of people I get to work with or interact with. And sometimes it surprises me what people think the work might be like, or if we work with anybody who's difficult. I think sometimes maybe people think that about donors, and I don't know where it comes from, but anyway, no, we get to work with the very best of people. That's what we get to do. If we're working with donors who want to invest in a mission and actually put time and energy into mission-based work, we get to work with the very best of people. People who decide to take time to fundraise and ask their family and friends for money to donate to something, which is not easy to do. And some people are so good at it. Some of you are in the room here. We get to work with the best of people. And then we get a front row seat to research and world-renowned clinicians. it's unbelievable the people that we get to interact with. So when you think about somebody like Tom Larson, who spent decades fundraising, consistently being a top fundraiser and volunteering for everything he could possibly sign up for. Yeah, sign me up all day long to come to work and do this kind of work. I mean, we get to work with amazing people. So when we say to you that we appreciate you and that we see you and that we hear you, we mean that. We mean that from the bottom of our heart. So I just wanted to take a moment to say that. Our last award. Our last award is the Ellsworth Award. It's named after our founder, Jane Ellsworth. The Ellsworth Award is named for the founders of the MGFA. It recognizes an individual who has rendered distinguished service to the MGFA over many years. The recipient of this award has demonstrated longtime commitment, stellar leadership, and passionate dedication to the MGFA and the MG community. This award cannot be given to somebody who has given any less than 10 years of service. The recipient of this award has given over 40 years of service. The recipient is Marcia Lorimer. Marcia cannot be here with us tonight. Marcia has been coming to this conference for a very, very long time. She's been an MGFA board of director. She's currently a chair emeriti for our board. But let me tell you a little bit about Marcia. She was diagnosed at the age of 10 in the late 50s. She is a nurse by training. She currently is the assistant professor emeritus at Duke University School of Nursing, where she served as the lead faculty and director of the nationally ranked pediatric nurse practitioner major for many years. She's been volunteering with the organization for decades, as I mentioned, but she joined the board of directors in 1991. And then she served in various capacities, including chairperson, committee chairs of the Audit Risk Management and Nurse Advisory Board. After she joined the board in 1991, there was a time period where when she joined, our board chair at the time was a gentleman by the name of Mark Kalish, who also usually joins us here at this conference and is the chair emeriti. And she really helped during a very, all businesses have their ups and their downs. And she really was a stabilizing force during that time in 1991 when the organization was going through quite a bit of transition. And I would say, knowing Marcia still today, she is that person who is that steady compass. She's very stabilizing. But then she became the board chair in 1998. And she served until 2001 as the board chair. Now, fast forward, she remains involved. She was in the interview with me in 2019. And when I met her, we immediately connected. She's just a very, very special person. And there is no way that I could stand up here. She is so deserving of this Ellsworth Award, and not share with you that it is her experience and her knowledge and her insight and how it has played such a critical role in the stability and sustainability of the organization. And we talk a lot about the growth that we've had in the last few years. Well, that growth came from a very strong foundation, which Marcia helped to build. So we were extremely honored to give Marcia this Ellsworth Award. And I'm sorry that she's not here to accept it so that you all could meet her, but we'll make sure that she gets her award. So, thank you. So with that was our final award. I do want to thank you all again for being here with us tonight and for supporting your fellow community members and the recipients of these awards. This is such an important thing for us to do as an organization, is to really acknowledge these volunteers. And what you can expect for tomorrow. Dova, is there any housekeeping things that I should share? Breakfast starts at 8:30. The conference starts at 9. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we have such a special program planned over the next 2 days. Yes. Yes, it's too cold in here. Oh, miserable. Okay, absolutely. Okay. Okay. All right. We will do something about the AC. Yes. Yes. Have a good night, get rest, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning.